Hello there. Do you know, it's been a while since I made I was going to say musical instrument, but what I mean is some sort of screaming engine or noise generating. Because of course you've seen the Horn of Geddon and you've seen the DIDGERIDO'N't and you've seen the xylophone. Well, today you're going to meet the Hornyx. So, I have quite a few boxes, quite a few trays of junk, plastic junk, rubbish I've collected over the years that are all in my office, just sitting here doing nothing. So I'll come back to the train in a later video because it needs repairing, fixing and putting back together again. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff here. So I thought, let's go through, pick out some of the best bits and see if a musical instrument suggests itself. Now, one thing I found in my shed, which I'd forgotten all about, is this very long piece of plastic plumbing tubing. Hey! I suppose it's about 7 foot tall, judging by the fact I can just reach up to the top of it. Oh, maybe 8 foot. So yeah, it's quite a nice height, and that immediately made me start thinking about a Carnyx. Now, you may not know what a Carnyx is, and let's face it, why would you? Here's a scale model one I made as part of the May Parade project a while ago. Basically, it was a tall Celtic war horn, and you know, a troop of people would stand there with these things, blowing them as they were approaching something like the Roman army to terrify the crap out of them. I thought, oh, wouldn't it be good to make something like that? Right, so I selected some junk from my many boxes. I quite like these flower watering bulbs. You basically fill them with water and they slow drip feed your plants, but they cost next to nothing. You can buy a sort of bag of them for about £5. I bought those years ago. I think I've only got about 3 or 4 of those left. I'll definitely use one of those, I think. I've also got these CPAP pipes. Now, if you don't know what a CPAP machine is, it's one of those things that people use when they've got sleep apnea, when they stop breathing in the night. And what it does is it ensures that they get a steady flow of oxygen. That's an interesting noise. Ooh. Maybe next time, eh? And I've got these air horns. These basically clip onto the top of an aerosol can, and they're disposable ones. You throw them away at the end of an event. That was me blowing very, very gently. Imagine 3 or 4 of those arranged in a rosette at the top of a long pipe. I'm now going to drill 3 holes, which I think are kind of 1/3 of the ball each, into the side here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount these squeaker things here. This little bit that sticks out of this spigot, that's going to go into the hole on the green bulb, and then the horns will be attached to that. So I'll have 3 horns growing out of this bulb, and then that bulb will be fitted into the end of the top of the Carnyx. So I've glued these in place. This is now the top of the Carnyx. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it quite yet because the glue isn't dry and the weight of the horns will make them droop, but I'm going to fit 3 horns like this, so that ultimately what you'll have is 3 going off in a kind of triskel. If you don't know what a triskel is, this is a triskel. So I have this 22mm to 15mm conversion joint here, and it seems a shame to waste it. So if I put a horn at one end and put a mouthpiece at the other, and then have my long Carnyx type pipe coming out the top, I'll end up with something that looks a bit like this. So I've put it all together, but there is a problem, and the problem is that so much air is escaping through the horn at the bottom, not enough is going up the pipe because of the length of the pipe to reach the horns at the top, the sort of triskel of horns at the top. So I think I'm going to have to cut the pipe in half. I mean, that's not such a bad thing, it's still going to be quite a tall piece, but the pipe's quite flexible anyway, and with all that weight at the top it's a bit bendy and it looks a bit weird. It also means, of course, that I can make 2 musical instruments for the price of 1. I mean, the price being 0. So, I've got the 3 horns in place at the top now. I wonder how loud it is. Let's have a quick play. That sounds. It's very loud. It's very, very, very loud. I've now added some wooden golf tees, some bamboo golf tees here as supporting arms for the horns, and added a few beads as decor around the collar. So yeah, that's starting to look pretty good now. I mean, this will all be sprayed bronze later on anyway, but yeah, just gives a little bit of support and interest to the top. Good. Okay, so the horn is now considerably shorter than it was, but that's not to say it's short. I mean, you can see the length of the pipe going down to the mouthpiece at the bottom. So here we go with the shortened length version. I say shortened length, it's still a pretty long musical instrument, as you can see. But do all the horns work when you blow it? Here we go. I think it's fair to say that it works. Let's paint it. So here's the finished Hornyx. It's not looking too bad, is it? All that's left now is to take it out for field trials and give it a try. So there you go, that's the Hornyx, another musical instrument in my truly appalling, awful orchestra. I'm so sorry. Not sorry. Yeah, I was originally going to call it the Pornyx, P-O-R-N-Y-X, because it's so horny. But I did worry that using the letters P-O-R-N would actually alert the net nannies and my content would be taken down. So in the end I changed it to Hornyx. For the same reason, because it's so very horny. So what's next? I hear absolutely none of you asking, and who can blame you? Well, I've still got quite a lot of stuff left, and I've got those CPAP pipes I didn't use, and I've also got quite a length of that plastic tubing, that plumbing tubing I didn't use either. I fear another ghastly diabolical instrument is in the offing. So do subscribe, and come back and visit me again. And chances are there'll be something else with which to assault your ears. I shall do my level best. In the meantime, look after yourselves and Toodle-pip. Here's a little taster for part 2. Very strange things are afoot.